Welcome to Biology My Passion. I am Soumya Harikrishna. We are learning the chapter, the fundamental unit of life. We learned about the structure of cell and we also discussed the organelles like endoplasmic reticulum, Golgi bodies, lysosomes and vacuoles. Today, let us learn mitochondria and plastids. So, mitochondria is an organelle which is otherwise called a powerhouse of the cell. What is meant by a powerhouse? The station or the site where energy is produced. Like in the case of our domestic purpose, we need electricity. So wherever electricity is produced, that is called a powerhouse, right? So in our body, the energy required for our activities are released in the mitochondria. Usually, we know that the food that we eat gives us energy. Once we digest the food, it will become the simplest form called glucose. Then this glucose will be taken to every cell of the body by blood. Then from the glucose, energy is released within the organelle called a mitochondria using oxygen. Oxygen we are taking in during respiration. That oxygen also goes to different cells and there they break up the glucose in order to release energy for our activities. Okay, so if you look at the structure of mitochondria, it is an oval shaped structure. It has double membrane system. So outer membrane is a porous membrane. This is the inner membrane which is folded. These foldings are called cristae. So this is outer membrane. Here we have inner membrane. These folds are called cristae. Right? So the outer membrane is porous, inner membrane is folded. The foldings are actually increasing the surface area for the respiratory reactions. Now within this we will see DNA. We know DNA is usually found only in the nucleus. But apart from nucleus, these two organelles that we are studying, mitochondria and chloroplast, they have their own DNA. So they are called strange organelles because no other organelles have their own DNA. So along with the DNA, they have ribosomes also. We know ribosomes are the protein factories of the cell. So these organelles can prepare their own proteins using this information on the DNA and ribosome. And the liquid is there inside this. This like cytoplasm, fluid that is called a matrix. So this is the structure of mitochondria. So now when respiration takes place inside the mitochondria, energy is released. That energy is in the form of a compound called ATP. ATP stands for adenosine triphosphate. Tri means three phosphate groups are there. So since we are using ATP for deriving energy in our body, ATP is called the energy currency of the cell. Okay? Energy currency of the cell. So, we know whenever we want to buy something, we have to spend currency, right? The same way, whenever we want to do certain chemical reactions in our body or preparing certain chemical compounds in the body or for doing our mechanical work, we need energy. From where do we get that energy? From the mitochondria. After respiration, energy will be released in the form of ATP. We deplete or break down ATP in order to get that energy for our activities. Okay, now when I am talking to you, I need energy. So I am breaking down ATP in my body to get the energy. So it is called the energy currency of the cell. So these are the main points to remember in mitochondria. I will sum up. Mitochondria is known as the powerhouse of the cell. The structure of mitochondria is such that the outer membrane and inner membrane are there. Outer membrane is porous, inner membrane is folded to increase the surface area. Within that there is a fluid structure that is called a matrix. And it has got its own ribosome and DNA, so they are called strange organelles. And the respiration takes place inside the mitochondria, releasing a molecule of energy called ATP. ATP is called adenosine triphosphate, which is otherwise called the energy currency of the cell. Coming to plastids. Plastids are only found in plant cells, they are not found in animal cells. Then plastids can be classified into two categories. First group of plastids are colored plastids. They are called a chromoplast. Chromo means colored. One example I will tell you. We all use Google Chrome. Look at the symbol of Google Chrome. It has many colors in it, right? The same way, it means colored. One example of this colored plastic is chloroplast. Chloroplast is green in color due to a pigment called chlorophyll present in them. So you should not confuse with this. Chlorophyll is the name of the green pigment, whereas chloroplast is the organelle in which chlorophyll is present. Now this chloroplast has got a function of photosynthesis, because we know photosynthesis needs sunlight. So sunlight can be absorbed only by chlorophyll, the pigment. Apart from this chlorophyll, there are other pigments like yellow pigments called as xanthophyll or orange pigments called as carotenes also present in the chloroplast. So if you look at the structure of a chloroplast, that also similar to mitochondria, having double membrane structure. So this is the first membrane, here is the second membrane. But only difference is they do not have a folding within the inner membrane. Now inside this there are disc shaped structures. These are called a thylakoid. Okay, so this disc shaped structure, they are not found single but as pile, like one above the other, how it is arranged. So this full stack of this thylakoid is called a granum. Granum is singular, grana plural. So another one may be here, another one here. Okay, so they are interconnected. Different grana are interconnected by certain connections. That is called a lamellae. This is called a lamellae or fret. Now inside this there is a fluid that is called a stroma. And we find the chlorophyll molecules within this thylakoid, near the membrane of the thylakoid. Structure is not that important for you, but you have to understand the structure of chloroplast. Now coming to the second one, leucoplasts. Leucoplasts are mainly the storage organs. They store various substances like starch, proteins and oils needed for the cell. They are similar to mitochondria in their external structure, I told. They are having one more striking similarity with the mitochondria, that is, these organelles also have their own DNA and ribosome. Hope you understand the concept well. If you like my videos, please like, share and subscribe to my channel, Biology My Passion.